All right, so same setup as last time. What we're gonna do is, so we're going to go through the MBTI Myers-Briggs personality test, and we'll just go ahead and take it together. And then we already know what I am. I'm INFJ, and so is Mom. And so now in this video, we're gonna figure out what personality type you are, and then just like kind of crack into the conversation and see what comes of it.
All right.
Cool. So
It takes me crazy.
yeah, exactly. Like he's Looney Tune. He's Looney Tunes. Obviously. Obviously.
And flowing into random topics. Oh yeah, we do that. Yeah, we're always on YouTube and yeah, we're always looking for something new.
So like,
Just go middle.
okay, oops. I want to put a spot on the middle. Cause yeah, I'm kind of there with you too. It's like you like to be done with the project, but you usually have 2 or 3 of them going at a time.
Yeah. One project leads to another.
Yeah, exactly. The bump on the frog on the log.
There's a frog on the bump, on the branch, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge.
Believe me, failure is a way to learn. So.
You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Middle agree. Unless he's screaming or acting crazy,
Unless you hit the lottery, because then everything would be wonderful, you know?
That's right.
You would tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself.
Strongly disagree. I don't bother me what people think, so I'm going to do what I do anyway.
Yeah, you've got that booming guy just entered the room kind of vibe going on.
Yeah.
Your mood can, we'll say you've got Cusco. You've got that Cusco vibe.
Boom, baby!
Yeah. Either I'll get, hey man, that's the super nice guy, or hey, that guy's an too long time.
He threw off my groove.
No! You threw off my groove!
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
You rarely feel insecure.
Yeah, I slightly agree. The older you get, the more a little insecure you get because you worry about everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what are you doing? What's going on? You know.
It's weird.
That's what Grandpa Mulderk used to read the obituaries. I outlived him. I wonder what happened to him. You know.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. You feel confident that things will work out for you.
Second, agree. Strongly agree. Yeah. There's always doubt.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That never goes away.
If you don't have doubt, you ain't a human being. You're a machine.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, you ready? It's like, I hate to meet the person who doesn't doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, y'all, watch this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. All right, here we go. Here's your results. You are an ENFJA. So you're also called a protagonist. So protagonists are inspiring optimists, readily taking action to do what they feel is right. And you're an A, which is an assertive. This is where you and I are a little bit more on the same page. This is that whole idea of like, and we'll probably get to it through this, but this whole -A is an extra thing that's by 16 personalities. This gives you a little bit more insight as to how they view themselves in the external world. So you're inspiring optimists, ready to take action. So you are pretty on the extroverted side. So you're 79% extroverted. Pretty obvious. You're readily enjoy group activities, value social interaction, and tend to be outwardly enthusiastic and express excitement. That seems pretty accurate. You know, you like to burst into a room with a lot of energy. And again, you're just heavily on the extroverted, but you know, a little bit of introverted. You know, you need your alone time. You know, every now and then you need to like disconnect and whatnot, but generally you probably get your energy more from socializing with people and really having those good interactions. So
That's why I'm playing for 30 some odd years, yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, lost my ass, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then it says here you are energy-wise, you are 59% intuitive. So there's intuitive and observant. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. And so this is where you and Mom are actually going to align a little bit more. You're a little bit more split the difference. So so intuitive versus observant is more like your feelings versus being very objective, right? So it's like, and it looks like you navigate a little bit more with intuition, which is like how you feel about a situation. But you're a little bit more in the middle.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, right. It's surprising that 100 questions, random questions, can make you feel so understood. It's just so weird. All right,
Yeah.
so you are 60% on the feeling. So again, this is kind of related to the last one, but a little bit different. So it's thinking versus feeling. So these are the people that are in their head versus out of their head. So again, you're a little more on the feeling side. So you really just want kind of people to kind of get along, and social harmony and kind of that feel good is more important to you than necessarily there being a right individual or the right thing or whatever. It's like, it's got, in general, you kind of really care about people's feelings, right? So it's like you're really going to be placing a lot of emphasis on that more than like over rationalizing things and trying to, like, make sense of everything. All right, so judging versus prospecting. Okay, so you are 81% judging, so you're pretty heavily on the judging side. And so judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. So this is where like you're not going to be a free spirit and go rush off and do some willy-nilly. Like, you want to plan, and you want a definite, like, point A, point B destination and stuff like that. And you want things to, even though you want to consider people's feelings, you also need there to be some kind of clarity, predictability, and kind of structure around things. Those things kind of looks like has some pretty heavy meaning for you.
Yeah, it's just the planning of it, basically, because once I get there and it does change, then I can go with it at that time. But it's just that beginning structure. I want to know what I'm doing. I like to know what's going on. I don't want no, crazy surprises.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 71% assertive. Okay, so you're a little more on the assertive side. So again, you're going to be more self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. So you're going to refuse to be as worried and tend to be a little bit more self-confident when you're striving towards whatever you're doing. And again, it's not an always thing, but it's more just like you have a tendency to just kind of like push forward. And introduction. So protagonists, ENFJs, feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. Protagonists are born leaders, which explains why these personalities can be found among many notable politicians, coaches, and teachers. Their passion and charisma allow them to inspire others not just in their careers, but in every arena of their lives, including their relationships. Few things bring protagonists a deeper sense of joy, fulfillment, than guiding friends and loved ones to grow into their best selves.
They put me in a political group.
If you wanted to start one, it looks like you might have some chops if you decide to start one. So
I'm too old. 64 and a half.
Yeah. You're like I don't want to get into that. It's a young man's game. Protagonists are genuine, caring people who talk the talk and walk the walk. Nothing makes them happier than motivating other people to do what's right. But getting involved in other people's problems isn't always a recipe for success. Protagonists tend to have a clear vision for what people can or should do in order to better themselves, but not everyone is ready to make those changes. If protagonists push too hard, their loved ones may feel resentful or unfairly judged. And while this personality type is known for being insightful, even the wisest protagonists may sometimes misread a situation or unwittingly give bad advice.
I want him to lose the weight to get healthy, and he wants me to quit smoking to get healthy. So he, he quit smoking and is still heavy, and then I'm lost the weight and I'm still smoking. So we butt heads every time that conversation comes up. So
Yep. Oh, and
yeah,
that's the funniest thing too, is like you might be absolutely right. It's like you end up finding people that are your same personality types, and you're like, I can call out everything that I don't like in you, and it's all the things I don't like in myself. Like, why is that? Like, why? Like, damn it, that bothers the shit out of me. It's like, all right, we got the same knives in us, man. We got the.
yeah,
In their day-to-day lives, protagonists reveal how seemingly ordinary situations can be handled with compassion, dedication, and care. For these personalities, even the smallest daily choices and actions, from how they spend their weekend to what they say to a coworker who is struggling, can become an opportunity to lead the way to a brighter future. All right, so what do you think of the synopsis, the overview here?
yeah, 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 yeah. That's why it's a little bit each way. I mean, like I said, well, should I've answered that a little bit more the other way? But no, it's pretty close. Like I said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like that's the
Why
thing,
don't
is like you're a person who can see the knives in others, and you want to like point them out and help them become the best version of themselves. And that's actually something that, like, the thing is like you're an ENFJ and Mom and I are INFJs, so the only difference in our personality types is you're extroverted and we're introverted. So
Yeah,
that's why, like, we often align on like pointing out and like, oh, this is what this person needs to do. That's obviously their problem. That's if they would just do this, then like that's, if you notice, that's the one
yeah,
thing we can all just go, yeah, this is because we really
yeah,
we all really like want to naturally help people progress and move
right.
forward, which is a really good trait to have. And
Yeah,
you're, again, I think this thing nailed for me at least, like this nailed the part of like you're very much a lead by example kind of person, and the greatest thing I ever learned from you was there's a lot of people that talk and tell you what to do, and then there's other people who just know what to do and do it. And it was like that's always been a huge strength for your example, was just the idea that like just do the work, just do the don't
yeah,
talk about it, just do it. And I wish I would
yeah.
have listened to that a lot sooner.
I learned from Grandpa Johnson is, is just watch and learn, watch and learn. That's pretty much was his rule. And if you watch and you pay attention, you'll learn. So, just like you did that, you did all that computer stuff on yourself. You didn't need that, the college to give you. It wasn't saying it wasn't a good experience for you, but like I said, you probably accomplished more on your own than you did on by going to 4 more years of school.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
nailed it. I mean, that's really the strength that I found, was that I can watch people and learn. And that's right. And like
yeah,
that's been always how it worked with you. It's like you never told me we're gonna be doing this and you're gonna do that and you're gonna do that. It was just, come outside. You're gonna be outside at 10:30. We're gonna do stuff, and I'd show up, and
yeah,
then you'd be like, all right, we're hammering these nails into the board, and we're doing this, we're doing that, and like, and so I just got to learn by doing. So strengths and weaknesses. So we'll start with the strengths. So you are receptive, reliable, passionate, altruistic, and charismatic. So what do you think about the strengths? Do you think that that reflects you pretty well?
yeah, pretty much so. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, now on to the bad stuff. So hold on to your butts.
All right, good.
All right. So your personality type is unrealistic, over idealistic, condescending, intense, and overly empathetic. It's never the other person I'm trying to offend. It's usually just something internally. I'm just like, I can't get my point across. I'm frustrated, so I'm just gonna start.
Yeah, well, we all do a little bit of that. So
Right?
yeah, it's hard. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having problems in the world like it is. So, everybody was the same. Everybody was the same. It'd be a little freaking boring,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's not
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. I want everyone to accept everyone for their uniqueness and their oddities. And I think that's part of this exercise is just understanding your oddities and how you tick. So it's like, oh, not everyone is incredibly introverted like me. Oh, not everyone is this like me, and it just gives you a better sense of like where everyone else is sitting. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say that like we're a family of extremes too. We like love to like when we do something we go all in. I mean, obviously 245 days of videos daily. We go all in on the ideas. Yeah, but it's a little intense. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, that tends to be a thing. All right. So what are your thoughts? Strengths, weaknesses? You feel like that's
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, like you said, in a test like this, you never think about, am I going to be graded on this? So,
right?
But yeah, I can see the generalization. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so protagonists, ENFJs, can be intense when it comes to matters of the heart, and they wouldn't have it any other way. People with this personality type rarely settle for anything that falls short of their ideals, and their romantic relationships are no exception. Protagonists want to fall in love with the content of a person's character and the tenor of their soul, not just the way they look from across the room. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty true. You're a man of substance, and I think I've taken those cues. I mean, looks are great, but you got to live with the person.
You can't talk pretty all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Although these personalities may come across as outgoing or even a bit flirtatious, few protagonists are satisfied by fleeting attractions. The long haul. Few personality types are keener than protagonists to establishing a loving commitment with their chosen partner. They take dating and relationships very seriously. Even in the earliest days of a relationship, protagonists tend to focus on long-term potential, and as a relationship matures, they want to do what it takes to bring that potential to fruition. While protagonists certainly know how to enjoy the moment, they also know that love isn't all fun and games. This can be a beautiful thing. Protagonists care about pleasing their partner, and their sensitivity helps them tune into their partner's shifting moods and desires.
That's why I guess I ask your mom all the time, is what's wrong? Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah, you tend to care about feelings. You want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I definitely say like you guys definitely dream together, and know how to push towards some goals. So you guys have bettered yourself quite a bit,
Now, didn't you do that for a dumb old truck driving mail lady?
All right, well let's wrap this piece up. So, conclusion. What you have read so far is just an introduction to the complexities of the protagonist. Along the way, you might have muttered to yourself, wow, this is so accurate, it's a little creepy, or finally, someone understands me. You may have even asked, how do they know more about me than the people I'm closest to? If you feel understood right now, it's because you are. Years of research have given us fresh insights into unique strengths and challenges of protagonists like you. We understand your creativity, passion, and commitment to doing the right thing, but we also understand the dark side of your personality type, the nagging fear that you might not reach your full potential and make the most out of this one wild and precious life. Kind of closing thoughts here. What are your reactions one way or the other?
I enjoyed that you spent this day with me, and pretty close. And like I said, in general, some things change as you get older, but basically it's like I said, back in the heyday, I would notice my flaws. Now I'm not so much, I'll stare at it and I say, well, yeah, I've learned my lesson over the last 40 or 50 years,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna make it perfect no more, but I still see the flaws.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've already got quite a bit. I mean, you know, that's where wisdom comes in, right? It's like you've been alive and you've done enough stuff, you and mom both, that like you know, and you've already got a certain amount. Like I'm sure a lot of this is more of just a recap of things that you know about yourself, and it's more of like a reminder of like, yeah, I can be like that sometimes, or yeah, that is something I need to keep a tab on. But it's like, to your point, that's what wisdom is, right? You've intuited a lot of this stuff over the years about yourself, and you kind of know the general workings, but it's always good to have just something, a handle, and something that you can kind of help get a grasp on. I appreciate you sitting down and taking this. I think, again, it's important to me to show people, like, you know, you guys, you're a little older, a little further down your journey, but I think I'm trying to maybe set a precedent with people that maybe this becomes more of a general way of trying to get to know people better. It's like, maybe if we stopped having like conversations about like the surface level beliefs that we have about each other, and talk about our personalities and a little bit more about how we tick, we'd see that there's a lot more overlap in these things, and there's a lot more in common with all of us people than, you know, than the nightly news might have us believe.
And I'm worried about new people coming here all the time. Well, we don't know anything about them and stuff. I said, well, we will after this weekend. So
Yeah. You'll know a little too much about them, yeah. You know.
Yeah. But like I said, you know, I ain't worried until until something's right. And if you never attempt to go out there and experience different people, then you know you ain't gonna learn. You know, you may love me to death. Like I said, that's why I don't bother if somebody doesn't like me no more. No one taught me no more. That's it. Well, move on. Life's too short. Can't dwell on this or that. So
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So either you laugh about bad experiences that maybe that you learned, or you cry about them. So I'm really laugh about moving on.
Awesome, Pop. Well, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me, and next time we'll get on here and do some more fun stuff. I just thought this would be an interesting little exercise, and maybe get the rest of the family to do it, and maybe you at home should do it. Wink, wink. So.
Say who do it?
Oh, the people at home. You know, wink, wink.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So. Awesome.
Okay. All right, buddy. Love you.
Love you too, Pop. So, guys, there you have it. Turns out my dad is an ENFJ. So, what type are you? Let me know in the comments below by taking the personality test. Link in the description. Oh, hi, Aunt Nancy. Yes, you can watch tonight's video. I even bleeped the cursing.
We haven't watched the video from last night, and I had seen the thumbnail, and I'm like, I think his hair's cut.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had a ponytail up there or if it was cut.
Yeah.
Like, you got to cut.
Yeah. All right, love you, Mom. I'll talk to you in a bit. I guess, Pop, you know the drill.
Okay.
So,
Hey, Mama.
Mom, out. Yeah.